In one of my recent videos, linked above, I experimented with mounting one of the ubiquitous 15.6 flat screen monitors to my Honeycomb yoke. This setup offers some real advantages. First, it allows me to display Air Manager panels, and the side-mounted Knobster adds that additional versatility for dial and knob operations. Second, it allows me to drag popped out or undocked windows from my simulator onto that screen, either to be used standalone or along with an Air Manager panel. Finally, I found flying VR, this makes a perfect monitor for managing your computer if you don't want to have another monitor while using VR goggles. Additionally, since the monitor is securely mounted to the Honeycomb yoke, it can be moved and stored as a single unit for those who don't have a dedicated cockpit space. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about a commercially available monitor bracket and also review what I think is probably the best 15.6-inch monitor I've found so far. Before we get started, I remind you that if you find my videos useful, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe, like, comment, and click the notification bell. Now this is my homemade bracket that I featured in a video previously. I'll link it above. Made of aluminum, and people kept asking me if I would make one of these for them. Of course, I'm retired. I don't monetize my channel because I don't really want to make money from my hobby. I'm in this for fun. So I contacted John Albers at Stay Level Avionics because I know he makes fantastic panels, and I said, why don't you make one? And he came up with this bracket. You can see it's beautifully powder coated. It has all the holes perfectly mounted. It's cut in a shape that minimizes the weight. It's made of heavy steel. It's very rugged, and the holes line up perfectly with the Honeycomb or the Saitek yoke. So this would be, and you can see also has the holes for the mounting of the Knobster. He sent it to me, and I was blown away. This was just a prototype, but he included all the hardware, mounting requirements, all the parts that I needed, not only to mount it to the Honeycomb, but also to mount the monitor and also to mount the Knobster. Even a little rubber grommet to put in the hole of the, so that the cord wouldn't be chafed for the Knobster. So I was very blown away by this. Now let me show you this monitor that I found. This is a WinMaxit 15.6-inch monitor, and you can see it's full HD and has USB-C. This monitor is better than the others for a couple reasons. First of all, it seems very bright, has a decent side viewing angle, comes with all the cables, although I think the cables are about 1 meter since they're used mostly for people using it with a laptop. So you probably need extensions for most sim setups. Comes with a case, a mounting case or stand, a protecting case, which you won't need some screws to hold those into those two of those holes on the back and the bottom. But a lot of mounting possibilities, and just a beautiful screen, a glass edge to edge, which I love because there's no place to collect dirt, and it's very durable compared to the other monitors I've seen. You can see the mounting holes. You got the two side ones that I took out, and then there's 4 in a VESA 75 pattern. Also on one end you have an audio jack and menu controls for the monitor, and on the other end you have USB and the HD, full HD, so that you can use a standard HD cable. Also included is a power adapter. You need a power adapter because you're going to need one USB to control the touch control, another to power the monitor. You can't do that with a single monitor. And it's nice glass. You can see edge to edge, very small bezels, and opportunity to mount that very easily onto the included bracket with the 4 holes. Now this WinMaxit monitor, I got it on Amazon for $218, but I'll post information at the end of the video on where you can find it, not only through Amazon but also directly from the company that manufactures it. So to put it together, it's just a matter of using the included screws and hex wrench to attach the monitor to the bracket. Putting the Knobster USB cable from the back through the hole in the panel and through the rubber grommet, and then seating the rubber grommet into the bracket. And now it's pretty much a matter of just installing the Knobster using the enclosed hardware, and then attaching the USB cable to the Knobster. And you're done with the construction and ready to start installing it onto the Saitek or Honeycomb yoke. And I think the result is a streamlined and nice looking unit compared to my initial trial. I got to give John credit, and it's very durable, strong, and it doesn't flex when I touched it with the touch monitor compared to the one that I built out of aluminum. So now to install, you need to remove some screws from the honeycomb, and I just removed the outer two on each side and left the two in the middle, as I felt that was plenty adequate. I noticed the outer screws are a little longer than the inner screws, so keep track of that. I reused the outer screw and used the screws John gave me for the middle because they do have a pan head. And then all that's left is just to attach the monitor back to the yoke and attach the cables to the computer. So I'm quite pleased with the end result. I think it's very attractive. The new monitor is awesome and ergonomically great, sturdy, pretty, and innovative design. I think a vast improvement over my initial try at a home-built unit. So I'm going to start off using Air Manager panel on X-Plane 11. These instruments were just thrown together for a demo using instruments that are in the free store. The community store there, I think, has almost 800 instruments now, and it continues to grow as users contribute. A lot to offer. Now, when I posted my last video and showed the panel that I had built at home and showed you earlier, people had contacted me, quite a few, saying could I build one for them. And I'm not interested in that. This is retirement for me, and I don't want another job. So I thought, who makes really great panels? And I thought, first thought was John Albers over at Stay Level Avionics. You know, he builds awesome panels, and they're a little expensive. And I said, John, why don't you consider this? And I showed him what I had done, and he got excited about it and thought, you know, this is an entry-level place where people can see my work and get involved and maybe eventually upgrade to other panels using touch control there on the flaps. Anyway, he said he'd give it a try, and this is he sent me the kind of prototype that you saw today, and I'm very impressed with it. I think John said the price for the bracket will be $99, and I think there's a lower price if you order two. Anyway, I'll post their link to his website at the end of the video so that you can check that out if you're interested. I'll also post a link to Sim Innovations, maker of Air Manager, and you can check that out if you'd like to. I think it's one of the greatest things I've had to add to my simulation, to be able to have panels, great for cockpit building. It supports Raspberry Pi, Arduino, iPad, Android devices, and it really is one single plug-in cockpit operation if you're a cockpit builder. And these panels are very helpful to make the flight simulation much more realistic. And most of all, obviously, I like the Knobster because it adds a realism that you can touch the knob and use that real knob to make inputs, which is quite realistic. So now let's take a look at FS2020. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with FS2020. It's like that beautiful woman who's mean to you, but she's so pretty you have to keep going back. And I've had frustrations trying to get over the learning curve with this, and there's still a lot of things that I don't like. In fact, I might do a video on the things that I don't like about it in hopes that we might get some things fixed. But on the other hand, you can see it's beautiful. This is the same airport in Polson, Montana, when we're departing, and you'll just see the vast difference. The scenery is gorgeous. I popped out the two navigation displays on the CJ4 and CJ4, and you can see on the panel that those are pulled down there, and then I have a couple instruments, an MCP and the gear and standby and the parking brake, just as in a demo panel. Some of the functions still are not usable because the software development kit hasn't been modified yet by so that all the key events work. So it kind of limits what can be done. But I have great hopes for this, and if they'll stay with it, I think it could really be a great simulation platform. This is a really exciting time in flight simulation. You know, having come from the airlines, I'm just blown away by things that we see in home simulation today, and FS2020, the scenery just is far superior to anything I've ever seen in the airline business. Realistic scenery, and you know, it's just overall a great time. And this is even here we see some real superstars of the flight simulation and some real innovation. First, I think of Sim Innovations with their panels and what they offer, and then of course I mentioned Slavics or Stay Level Avionics. They're great panels, very innovative products, and really quality. And then of course the Honeycomb yoke you see here too. I mean, Nikki at Honeycomb he's just got one idea after the next, and they each seem to get better. And we just wish he could make them faster. And I know COVID slowed him up a little, but I see great things from them. And another one that I don't have represented here is Real Sim Gear. What great products they make, and very realistic avionics for people who are interested in serious training. And I really love what they're doing. And then of course we got Laminar Research and FS2020 from Microsoft as kind of the main platforms out there, with P3D still looming in a quality simulator also. I only mention these companies because I have a personal interest in the products that they make, and I have no financial interest in any of the companies except that I do receive a small $5 royalty on each Knobster that's sold by Sim Innovations. But other than that, I'm in this for the fun. I do like having a little bit of money to invest into my flight simulation hobby. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful to you. I really do hope you'll take a look at this panel if it interests you. So many guys wanted me to build them, and I just, sorry guys, I'm retired, and I don't want to try to bend steel, and I couldn't do the job that John does anyway. If you like my videos, I really would appreciate if you would subscribe, and I'd love to hear your comments, what you think of the videos. It's the thing that motivates me to make new videos, and I appreciate that. Thanks for watching today, and at the end I'm going to post links to those businesses that I mentioned. If you know of some other cool products that you think I might not know about, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to look into them and possibly feature them in a future video. Thanks for watching. See you soon. If you can't find the monitor on Amazon, you can order it through this website using the model number shown above. It's about the same price.